What's up, YouTube? Had a long day, but a good one. And just wanted to say, make sure to respect all the women out there. For real, they look up to us. They act based on how we treat them. So we really got to start treating them right, guys. You shouldn't be having sex with all these different women. All right, guys. You should try to be finding your wife. All right. The more that everyone just tries to just like be lustful and just try to get anything they can get, the more disease, the more women get screwed over, the more men get screwed over. What about all this child support and all this other stuff? You know, the family unit needs to be united again with a mother and a father and children. Have as many children as you want, but the family unit needs to be united. And it's not to shame anyone that's, currently not operating like this. I'm speaking to the future generations and, to the people that this this can impact in the future. We're not focusing on the past or anything like that. We're speaking from this moment forward on throughout life that we need to reunite the family unit. Mother, father, maybe you guys live with your grandma, your grandpa, or whatever type of situation. But mother and father, that's important right there. So you got to make sure you really want to be with somebody before you just start popping out kids, because you know the more we just repopulate, just like, or even just do have sex with like multiple partners, it's not really like a relationship. It's just like, all right, I'm just like lustful and I just want to do all this, but I don't want any consequence. I just want to feel good right now. And you'd be surprised, guys. The more that you just let go of your seed, the weaker you become. Like, your seed is like your energy force to get things done as a man. Do you want to be a man or do you not want to be a man? Because the thing that makes men different is they have, the seed within them, the seed of life. And, you can use that seed to better yourself until you're ready for a kid. Then you can have a kid and you can reproduce. But let's say you just keep like using your seed all over your covers, all over your pillow, all over your blankets, or you're just like, let's say you're pulling out and just putting your seed in places that's not going to repopulate, or you're just, all of a sudden, your girl has birth control, so your seed is just like pointless. It's basically just draining you of your energy, of your life force, of your, power as a man. It's making you more feminine. The more times that you get rid of your seed, the more feminine you become. That's why when you start going on like just being celibate or just no fap or just semen retention, women start attracting to you naturally. Women just start really wanting to be around you, to talk to you, to submit to you. They want to tell you everything. You can just be in their presence and they'll just want to be around you. They'll just want to talk to you. They want to tell you stuff. They see you as a man. And it's not even on anything sexual. They just like to be around a man. They can sense a real man. And, the way you can become more of a man is by holding on to your energy, holding on to your seed, doing semen retention, or being celibate. It's all the same thing, basically. It's the same concept. And, you know, I can speak this for my own life. Like, when I used to not be doing this, I was just like down and out and like didn't have barely any girls, and just not girls as in I have girls now, but like now girls want to be around me or girls want to date me, and I get to pick out of the litter. I get to pick the one I want, and I only want one. And I don't want to just start having relations with her. Like, I want to go slow and really make sure that it's the right person. But yeah, it's just a natural attraction. Not only do women attract to you, but men start to want to be around you and submit to you. Like, you become the leader now. if you hold on to your energy, then you become the leader. People start asking you for advice or like looking to you to speak. And, it's all just by, semen retention, being celibate, not releasing your seed. And it's really an amazing thing. You should definitely try it. You should definitely give it a shot, you know, and not give it a shot as in see if it works, because I know it works. It works 100%. This is one of the things that works the best. Of course, eating healthy really helps me. Let's say, just there's other practices that do help me, but semen retention is basically number one overall that helps me. And it's gonna take some motivation, it's gonna take some self-control, but I really stumbled onto it through just my life kind of like threw me into it, because you know sort of was just going through like a breakup, and then I was thinking like, man, it hurts when people just leave you. Like if you really think like, if you really thought like about somebody and then they just leave you, you just think like, man, I do not want to be like doing those acts with like women no more, unless I really find the one, like the one I want to be with. Then I'll do it. Then I'll be nasty, nasty. I'll do all the nasty. But until then, what's the point of just like beating your meat, guys, or just having relations with all these women? So then the women can steal your energy away, so you become more feminine. It's just pointless. Like, only reason you should really be doing that is if you really care about somebody, because then you want to like reproduce with them, or basically you just say like, hey, this is my one person to do it with, you know and like we could create a kid. That's cool. But let's say you just got all these different, or you just want to have like one night stands. It's not going to help you if you want to become the best version, if you want to be like a better person and just more better man. It's not going to help you at all. It's literally like invisible points that your friends have, like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, like, it's not really helping you. It's just like something to brag about. But then you're going to be bragging, but you're going to be like less of a man anyways. So you're probably getting with way uglier women. Not that it's even about how they look or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, not uglier personalities too, and just like more just women that are just for the streets, or just really not desirable. Because you want a woman that has like some really good personality traits, that's gonna like, be like a good wife. You know, you don't really want. Obviously, you're not gonna want somebody that's just gonna be on to the next, on to the next, and that's how most of these women are. And you know, so why do you want that instant pleasure? It's not gonna help you long term at all. It's only going to make you feel good for like the moment, and then like long term, it's not even gonna, like, that pleasure is so far gone now, and now you just basically prolong becoming a man, becoming more manly. You just started becoming more feminine because you can't get a grip on your pleasures. You don't have self control, and it's a shame, really. But then again, it's like the strong will prevail, and the weak will, just not prevail. So, you know, I don't really feel bad for people, but I do want to get the correct information out there, because it's a lot of toxic masculinity, and a lot of people just get raised the wrong way. I see it all around me, and so I don't feel bad for people, but I really do want to get the correct information out there, because maybe all along that's what you wanted to do, but everyone else was influencing you in the wrong way. Maybe you did want to find a wife. Maybe you did only want to do that with somebody who like has your back. They're not just going to leave you, or just like at the first sign of trouble, just, you know, all types of things happen where then people just bail on you. Maybe it's good they bail on you, maybe it's not. It's really up in the air at that point, but you want to be with somebody that's not just going to bail on you. You want to like, just like how you'd have like your closest homie, or your cousin or your brother, that's how you want to pick out a wife, but of the opposite sex. And the more lustful you are, the more you just watch all these, toxic videos and, you know, just beat your meat, and the more you just have multiple partners, the less you're going to respect women, and the less you're going to want like a friendship with a woman to eventually be your wife. You're not really going to care about the woman. You're just going to say like, "Oh my god, look at her body." You get what I'm saying? You don't care about her at all. So that's why you're not attracting the right women to be in your life, that are going to come into your home, that are going to be a wife, be a person that adds to your life. You want a wife that's going to add to your life, and you're going to add to her life. Like a power couple. Like, wow, like you guys help this person and you guys help this. And when you have kids, like you're that power couple where, oh, the kids have parents. They don't just have one parent or whatever. They got parents. They got like, a family. Like a family is more than one if you think about it. And a family is like, all right, I got this person to look up to, and this person. Oh, I got a mom and a dad. And, you know, really just think about the things that I'm saying, because, it's really important, you know. You got to look at the way that the world is headed, and, you know, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but just think about the way the world is headed, and just think like, is this how we really want it? And, just think about it in your own terms, in your own free time. But I'm telling you, just think about your childhood. Did you wish you had a mom and dad that were like together, that treated each other right, that didn't cheat, that just had a loving home, a loving family? If you wanted that, then do that for your kids. Don't just don't just feel bad about your childhood and then repeat the same mistake. If you feel bad about something when you're a kid, don't just like pity yourself, or don't just feel bad for yourself. It's a real like character to change that for the future. That's a selfless act to say like, well, for my kid, I'm gonna just, do the right thing. Even though I'm not my kid, I can't see this repeated. Yeah, I mean, that's really how I feel. And, you know, I'm not saying that if you get a girl pregnant to just automatically wife her though. That's a problem too, because then you guys might not even have that connection, and now you're forced into marriage, and then it might be all this fighting and all this. So, it's really about finding the right person first, and then you start having, sex, and then you really start to, you know, maybe you have a kid, and then, that's love. So you're going to be good parents automatically. Even though it's going to take time and take like, it's going to take effort to be good parents. But don't just start having sex and then the kid comes and then you want to wife them, or you don't even wife them and then you're just repeat have a kid with somebody else and then with somebody else. And just don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. We create the best future in the future, so we might as well create the best world for our children, because the youth is really struggling right now. If you really think about it, the youth is struggling with all the social media, all the technology is taking over, and we got kids shooting up schools. We got kids that just don't understand women, so they just are basically what's the word? Sexually harassing them. They're just, physically harassing them, or like mentally harassing them. And, it's not right, guys. It's not right. But we got to teach our kids morals, and we got to give our kids love. We can't just have this terrible world and then just like keep going. We got to make a stand. We got to make a stop, and we got to change it. But we are the leaders, and you got to lead through, actions. Even though I'm telling you guys all this and I'm speaking to you, but I'm going to do this same thing that I'm talking about. You got to lead. You got to be a leader through action. You do it. That's the only way kids are going to repeat the same cycle again, is if you make a change right now. You become selfless and you say, hey, whether my parents were together or not, I'm gonna make sure that I pick out my wife first before I start really trying to have kids like that or reproduce or have sex.